And welcome back to the second episode of Magic Trail. So today we're gonna work on the roller coaster, making it look more nice, and probably expand our main plaza over here. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first step, as I probably said, is gonna be terraforming, lots of it. I mean, you do need to do it so your roller coaster actually looks nice. Just go around under close to every rail. Just put a bit of terrain. I mean, it takes lots of work, but it alone the terrain makes such a big difference. And if you add all the other stuff like the foliage and all the other details you want to add in, the station building and so on, it actually makes your roller coaster go from like a coast in the middle of nowhere to actually a nice looking one. Um, There's some stuff like here where I tried to make like a little pond that didn't actually work how I liked it. So I just removed it again. I mean, it doesn't really make a big difference if there's a pond or not. Just would have been nice to actually detail it a bit some because it's something that's not everywhere. But I do get to make one later on in the video in the second part, just not right now. I was actually thinking about if I should just like do this talk over before I record the second part, but I thought no, I don't need to. I actually forgot to make the ride on. I just realized I'm not gonna do that. It's just gonna be for next time then. I mean, as it's going on right now, I really want to record more and more. So as long as I'm having fun, I don't think it's gonna take that long until I do the next bit. But here's one of the most annoying things to work on, I find, just to get everything aligned properly. I mean, I got it pretty quickly, but still it took me like a minute or two just to get the building aligned with the station. I mean, there's probably some kind of method to do it more quickly, but I just don't know it. But I gotta live with that knowledge then. Yeah, I thought I could maybe stick out the wall and then put some kind of holder in between. Just didn't work out how I liked it. So I'm gonna go and remove that later on. It's gonna take some time though, because I've got to build for a building. It's gonna have a bit more of a strange structure to it, but I don't want all the buildings to look exactly the same, so it is what it is. I quite like this little part to the side where I'm working on right now. Um, it just it's something different than the rest of the building. It stands out. Right here you can see how I'm putting all the walls back. The building still needs a bit of detail, but not right now. It's gonna be for later on. I do. I don't know what I should make of the color I took here. I mean, I found it quite good at the moment, but I'm not so sure anymore. I could just like change it if I wanted to, if I really wanted to. I'm not. I don't think that's the right move. But yeah, here just copying everything because it goes like 10 times quicker than just doing it normally. Then we also, yeah, thinking about expanding the park later on. I'm already making some plans about how it's gonna look, although there are probably gonna be 3 or 4 more episodes just on this main part of the park, and then around the roller coaster there also needs to be something like some flat rides and something like that. Although I could just do that like later on, just one episode at a time. I could jump around in the themes, but I'm not quite sure. I'm just gonna keep on going like I am right now, and if I really lose the motivation to build on this part, I'll just start a new one. Probably gonna be the pirate part, the next one, because I really love building pirate themed stuff. It's one thing I enjoy the most. I have adventure DLC, so I got like lots of options in the palm trees and so on I use. And it does make a big difference if you have one kind of tree or like 6 or 7 palm trees, I think it is, that you get with a DLC. I mean, I don't choose the adventure type like scenery that much, especially like the statues. But they do come in useful sometimes. But I mean, especially the foliage of that DLC is amazing. I also have like I think it's a white pack that I bought. It has like this multicolored rotating roller coaster in it. I'm using that coaster a lot. Could also probably make videos showing off my old parks, so they aren't quite exactly finished. It would be a fun idea though. I could do that actually right now if I wanted to, but I know one park. I delete my parks for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because of the space that I need to save. Otherwise, I'd have like 50 of them or so. But there are a few that I have that I quite like, though there are some bland spaces in them. But it's not gonna happen to this park though, because yeah, I just get ahead of myself a bit, like on 5 areas at the same time. Then I don't get anything done. So yeah, where are we? Okay, right here I tried making like a little bit of space where one could go and sit. So yeah, that was it for the first half of the video. We got our building built over here, our station, and I'm gonna see I maybe plop 1 or 2 more buildings into this whole area. I'm gonna do all the little greenery that one needs to actually make the coaster look nice from the driving perspective. Maybe add a few little scenes there, but I don't have any ideas right now. So I guess we're just gonna see what happens. Here we are, second time lapse. I'm gonna say at the end as well, I didn't get everything done I wanted to get done. By just like putting the foliage down. I tried not moving the camera too much in that part, but I'm gonna look right now if it actually makes that big of a difference. You can tell me as well if you like the part more where I don't move or where I move it a bit. Like right here it's a bit confusing, but it's because I'm a bit confused as well. Trying to put that magic tree down, because it adds some level of detail if you don't just copy paste the foliage everywhere. Which is something I really don't want to have, just look everything looking the same. I mean, even like in one part there should be some variation. But yeah, I'm quite happy with what I did though. As you can see, there's gonna be lots of foliage down there. So it actually looks amazing when you drive through there. Um, then above the other booster, and then just over to, as you can see, a little pond or something I'm gonna make. I'm also gonna put some how are they called? Yeah, so some of these in there. I'm not quite sure how happy I am with them though. I mean, they've taken a while to set up, but I'm just gonna keep them how they are not right now. I like I worked a lot on the timing and so on. I'm not quite sure if I like it that much. But I think it shouldn't look too bad at least. And if it does, I can just remove them later on. It takes like 2 seconds to remove them. Here I am testing how good they look. But as you can see at the top, you don't really see them at all. Which is, I don't know, it's quite, but I thought about it because it probably looks nicer from outside when they go off as the roller coaster runs through. But if you're sitting on the roller coaster itself, then you don't really see it. So you don't really get the effect, and you can't really see that part from outside. So I had to put them, to make them go over a little bit earlier. And in here, just designing the curve a little bit. Um, then we come to this part here. Here I tried putting like a little house. It's some kind of random guy who lives here. I mean, it is a little bit remote, but I have lots of space, so I thought, why don't you just try something with it? And it doesn't really take that long to build that kind of house. You can see very simple form, very simple roof, and then it's not gonna be too difficult of scenery as well. Well, and I'm looking at it, it does take like a few minutes to make one of these, but it really helps the area get the whole other look. I thought a second about just leaving that window down there, but then I thought I can't just do that. They gotta be somewhat about on the same height. I'm not doing the exact. I'm not going in there measuring how close they are, but they still don't need to be like that far away. Put this little archer, I'm probably gonna give him like a delay so he doesn't just shoot all the time. But yeah, as I said, that's probably stuff to do offline once. Put a little bit of lighting there. I could probably light up this whole area, but it's supposed to be watched during the day, so I'm not really sure if I should. Although it's also always fun to see uh so yeah, I didn't get quite everything done I wanted for today. There's still a lot more greenery to add, but I think that's something I can just do off camera. We still don't have a name for the roller coaster, so if you have any idea, just put it in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.